Elon Musk just bought Harley-Davidson. The quietest billionaire now owns America's loudest rebel. This isn't business, it's war. And if you think this is just about bikes, you've already lost. Stick around. What happens next will blow your mind. Harley-Davidson used to stand for something untouchable. Freedom, rebellion, that raw American growl echoing down the highway. But somewhere along the ride, the legend started losing traction. Over the past 15 years, domestic sales crashed by nearly 40%. The roar that once ruled American highways was fading to a whisper. Harley wasn't just losing customers, it was losing its soul. Their Hail Mary was Livewire, Harley's first electric bike. It didn't just flop, it landed like a lead balloon in a world expecting thunder. Riders took one look and walked away. This wasn't evolution, it was identity crisis on two wheels. While other brands pushed forward with innovation, Harley kept looking backward, selling the same chrome-heavy dream wrapped in nostalgia. But the new generation doesn't want yesterday's attitude. They want control, efficiency, and bikes that feel like part of their digital lives. Meanwhile, inside the company, things were unraveling. Layoffs, market retreats, warehouses filling with unsold inventory. Even Harley's most iconic models were being outpaced by smarter, cleaner, more affordable competition. And right when Harley seemed destined for the scrap heap of history, Elon Musk kicked down the garage door. This wasn't a rescue mission. This was a resurrection. Why Musk chose the Iron Horse. Elon Musk didn't need Harley-Davidson. He could have built a Tesla motorcycle from the ground up, faster, cleaner, and packed with tech. But that's not what this move was about. This wasn't just a business deal. It was symbolic. Harley isn't just a motorcycle brand. It's a piece of American identity. For over 100 years, it stood for freedom, rebellion, and that untamed spirit of the open road. But in recent years, that spirit had started to fade. To Musk, that wasn't something to toss aside, it was something to revive, but not by going back, by going forward. Musk saw Harley as a raw gem buried under years of tradition. What it needed wasn't nostalgia, it needed a new purpose. His idea? Blend the old school soul with cutting-edge innovation. Keep the grit, but power it with AI, electric motors, and real-time tech that speaks to the modern rider. He didn't want to preserve Harley in a glass case. He wanted to remix it. And this wasn't about slapping a Tesla logo on a gas tank. It was about making Harley something bigger than bikes. A symbol of progress that still knows where it came from. So, Musk rolled up his sleeves. No press tours, no big speeches, just immediate change. Starting with how a Harley feels, responds, and connects to its rider. Because Harley wasn't just fighting for market share anymore, it was fighting for its right to exist. And Musk, he was about to prove that legends don't die, they just get rewired. And hey, if this Musk breakdown is keeping you ahead of his next move, hit subscribe now. Classic look, futuristic brain. At first glance, the bikes still looked like Harleys. The Fat Boy, the Road King, the Softail. Those iconic names stayed right where they belong. On the tank, in chrome, bold as ever. But under that iconic chrome, Musk planted a digital brain that would make a Tesla blush. The Harley you thought you knew just became the smartest machine on the road. But inside the frame, he added a brain. Every new model came wired with Tesla-grade sensors, AI-powered tuning, and smart systems that adapted on the fly. The bike didn't just run, it learned. It tracked your riding style, adjusted suspension in real time, and even predicted maintenance before you heard a single rattle. Dashboards were no longer a cluster of gauges. They were sleek, digital, and connected, showing navigation, performance stats, even incoming weather alerts. And if something changed, Harley didn't need a trip to the shop. It just downloaded an update. New features, safety patches, performance boosts, all over the air. The soul of Harley stayed intact, but now it had a memory, a mind, a connection to the rider that went way beyond handlebars and throttle. Die-hard purists called it heresy. That's not a real Harley, they growled at bike nights. But then something strange happened. They started test riding these digital beasts and walking away speechless. But Musk had one mountain left to climb, the electric frontier where Harley had already crashed and burned. This time, failure wasn't an option. This time, he was rewriting the rules, reinventing the EV lineup. Harley tried electric once with Livewire and missed the mark. It was expensive, heavy, and didn't feel like a Harley. Riders wanted soul. What they got felt more like a science project. But Musk, he saw Livewire differently. Not a failure, a first draft. Now, he's rolling out the real deal. The new fleet is sharp, fast, and built for purpose. First up, lightning-quick cafe racers that hit 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. They're sleek, aerodynamic, and built to eat city streets. Then there's the urban cruiser line. Smaller, smarter bikes designed for the crowded roads of places like Jakarta, Nairobi, and Sao Paulo. Agile, efficient, and easy to charge. And for the long-haul crowd, Musk didn't forget them either. New touring bikes are in the works, packing extended battery life and even solar-assisted charging to keep riders off-grid longer. They're built to glide through mountain passes and deserts without needing a gas station or a plug. Design-wise, it's a clean break. Forget bulky chrome, wide fenders, and giant exhausts. The new electric Harleys are sleek, minimalist, and futuristic, with smooth lines, LED trims, and charging ports so hidden you'd miss them if you blinked. These bikes don't just move, they glide. And they don't just look good, they're wired into a much bigger system, one that changes how riders connect, power up, and ride out. Because for Musk, building electric bikes isn't just about the engine, it's about plugging Harley into the future, literally. One ecosystem: solar, satellites, and seamless power. This isn't just a motorcycle anymore, it's a machine plugged into an entire ecosystem. With Starlink integration, every Harley now connects to satellites circling the Earth. That means real-time GPS, live weather alerts, and security updates, even if you're riding in the middle of nowhere. From the Rocky Mountains to remote trails in Nepal, the bike stays online, keeping you informed and protected. Charging? Musk took care of that too. Each bike comes with an optional solar charging kit. No more hunting for stations or plugging into someone's garage. You just park, unfold the panels, and the sun takes care of the rest. For riders who want to travel far off the grid, this is a total game changer. But the real magic is how it all works together. These bikes aren't standalone machines. They're part of a larger Tesla-powered system. Maintenance checks happen through the cloud. Software updates install automatically, just like a phone. Need a tune-up? The system alerts Tesla's mobile team before you even notice something's off. And here's the best part. It's all bundled. You don't just buy a bike. You get a Harley, a Starlink connection, and a solar charger in one seamless package. Ride anywhere. Charge anywhere. Stay connected everywhere. Musk didn't just make a smarter Harley. He built a riding experience that feels like the future, before the wheels even move. But once you twist the throttle, that's when the tech really comes alive. AI on 2 wheels. This Harley doesn't just move, it thinks. From the moment you turn the key, the bike starts learning. Built-in sensors measure how you lean into turns, how much grip the tires have, even how you're sitting. Then the AI takes over, not to control you, but to adjust the ride in real time. It tweaks your suspension, smooths out the road, and even brakes smarter through sharp curves. No buttons, no settings, it just reacts. And that's only half of it. Your helmet becomes part of the machine too. With an augmented reality visor, you don't need to glance down at a dashboard. Speed, turn-by-turn directions, and hazard alerts appear right in your line of sight. It's like riding with a heads-up display from a fighter jet, except it's built for the open road. Safety and security? Musk took it to another level. If someone tries to move your bike without permission, the system sends a theft alert to your phone, locks the engine, and pings its location in real time. But more than that, your Harley begins to learn your habits. When you ride, how hard you push, what conditions you prefer. Over time, it becomes uniquely yours. It's a bike that adapts to you and evolves with you. But while these upgrades feel like science fiction already, Musk wasn't done. Because deep inside a secret lab, something even wilder was taking shape. Harley X, the experimental playground. Behind closed doors, Harley now has a secret division, Harley X, where the rules don't apply. This isn't your average research lab. It's packed with SpaceX engineers and ex-Apple designers, all working on machines that feel more like sci-fi than motorcycles. We're talking hover bikes, all-terrain rovers that adjust their shape to the ground, bikes that morph mid-ride depending on speed or terrain. It's wild, and it's real. But here's the twist. These aren't just dreams cooked up in a boardroom. Musk opened the door to riders worldwide. Through global polls, anyone can vote on the wildest concepts. And when enough people say yes, those ideas go from sketchpad to showroom. Some of the early standouts? Get this, a hydrogen-powered cruiser wrapped in solar panels that literally recharges while you ride. And then there's the wild one, a foldable bike that packs down into a suitcase. Seriously, you could roll it into your apartment and store it in a closet. This is Harley like we've never seen it before. crowdsourced, experimental, and built to push boundaries. The whole idea is simple. If you're going to reinvent a legend, you don't just upgrade parts. You rebuild imagination. But none of this high-tech gear matters if riders still have to go through pushy salespeople and dealership red tape just to get one. And that's exactly what Musk decided to blow up next, ripping up the old sales playbook. For over 100 years, buying a Harley meant walking into a dealership and bracing yourself. Pushy salespeople, hidden fees, paperwork that seemed to go in circles. It wasn't just frustrating, it was stuck in the past. So Elon Musk did what he always does. He blew up the system. No more middlemen, no more waiting rooms, no more, let me talk to my manager. Now Harley's going straight to the rider. It's fast, it's simple, and it's totally digital. Here's how it works. Open the Harley app, pick your model, choose the color, style, upgrades, and features right from your phone. You can even tweak the seat height or torque profile. The whole thing takes less than 15 minutes. Once you hit order, the bike is built to your spec, tested, and shipped. Within 5 days, it rolls off a smart hauler and straight into your driveway. Fully charged, fully synced, ready to ride. Even insurance isn't what it used to be. Now your rate is tied to how you ride. Smooth and safe, you save. Aggressive and risky, the system notices. It's dynamic, fair, and built to adapt to your behavior in real time. Maintenance? That's automatic. Your Harley monitors itself and notifies Tesla-certified techs before problems pop up. No more surprise breakdowns. No more guessing. This isn't just a new way to buy a bike. It's a whole new standard for ownership. But Musk knew something else. Riders still want to see, feel, and experience the machine. And that's why he didn't just fix the sales system. He reinvented the showroom. A new kind of showroom. Forget those massive dealership lots with rows of bikes baking in the sun. Elon Musk scrapped all that and replaced it with something smarter, smaller, and way more high-tech. Now, Harley's showrooms are sleek little pop-up studios. You'll find them in malls, airports, tech hubs, anywhere people move fast and space is tight. They don't need 30,000 square feet anymore. Just enough room to plug you into the future. Here's what happens when you walk in. You put on a VR headset. Suddenly you're riding a Harley through the mountains or down a neon-lit city street at night. You feel the turns, the wind, the rumble, without ever leaving the studio. Then comes the customization. You walk over to an AR display, swipe through paint jobs, seat styles, handlebar options, change the engine sound, add a new exhaust. You're not imagining the bike, you're experiencing it. And the best part, once you're happy, you don't need to ask anyone for help. You tap order right there on the screen. In less than a week, your dream bike shows up at your door, charged, configured, linked to your app, and ready to ride. This isn't a showroom, it's a ride simulator, a design lab, a personal garage, all packed into a space the size of a coffee shop. No haggling, no waiting, no paperwork. Just you, the machine, and a whole lot of possibilities. But Musk didn't stop at selling convenience. He saw a bigger opportunity, one that goes way beyond gadgets and gear. Because the next chapter, it's not just about what Harley does for riders, it's about what it doesn't do to the planet. Green is the new loud. For decades, Harley was the sound of rebellion. Big engines, thick smoke, that deep growling roar. But times have changed, and so has the world. Now, Elon Musk is flipping the script. Harley's new mission? Zero emissions, zero compromise. The factories? Powered by the sun. The bikes? Electric from the inside out. The batteries don't end up in landfills. They're recyclable, and many get a second life powering off-grid homes. Even the sale itself comes with something new. Carbon offset credits. That means for every Harley built and sold, the planet gets a little cleaner, not dirtier. It's more than just green energy. It's a green identity. And here's the wild part. This shift didn't water Harley down. It gave it a whole new edge. Old Harley was loud because it had something to prove. New Harley? It's quiet because it doesn't have to. This new machine still stands for freedom. But now, it's freedom without the fumes, without the gas stops, without the guilt. You can rip through the streets knowing you're not just riding, you're part of the solution. This is rebellion reimagined. Still bold, still fast, still Harley. But now it speaks a different language. Because in this new era, volume doesn't equal power. Purpose does. Of course, not everyone's cheering. The shift from gas to green hit a nerve. especially with the generation that grew up with grease on their hands and thunder in their ears. And when Harley went silent, some of the loudest voices started to push back. A generation divided. The motorcycle world split down the middle like a lightning strike. Boomers saw betrayal. Millennials saw salvation. And in the middle, Harley was being reborn in real time. These boomers missed the struggle, the oil changes, the long talks at gas stations. They say, if it doesn't shake your bones, it's not a real Harley. But for millennial riders, it's a different story. They weren't raised in garages. They were raised on screens. For them, a bike that's smart, silent, and connected is exactly what they want. It syncs with their phone. It learns how they ride. It fits their lifestyle and their values. They don't want nostalgia. They want tech that moves with them. And Musk's Harley delivers. Even the most hardcore bikers, the loudest critics, are starting to get curious. They show up to demo days. They throw a leg over these AI-powered machines. And sometimes, they walk away shaking their heads. Not because they're disappointed, but because they liked it. They'll never say it out loud at the bar. But deep down, they know this new bike has something real. So the culture is split, one foot in the past, one racing into the future. And while the riders argue over identity, lawmakers and investors are suddenly asking a new question. What does this mean for the country? Because Musk didn't just change a brand, he might have just shaken the foundation of American industry. Political fallout and market frenzy. Elon Musk didn't just rattle bikers, he rattled Washington. The moment news broke that Harley-Davidson was under Musk's control, alarms went off on Capitol Hill. This wasn't just a business deal, it was a full-blown transformation of an American icon, and lawmakers weren't ready for it. Congress held hearings. They wanted answers. Why were Harley's new factories opening in places like Vietnam and India? What would happen to the union jobs in Wisconsin, Missouri, and Pennsylvania? Union leaders sounded the alarm. They said this was classic tech disruption, cutting costs by cutting people. But Musk pushed back. He said these weren't job losses. They were job shifts. He promised retraining programs, new high-tech roles, and relocation bonuses. Still, the message wasn't clear. To many, it felt like the soul of American manufacturing was slipping away. On Wall Street, though, it was a party. Harley's stock shot up to levels it hadn't seen in 20 years. Investors who once wrote the brand off as a fossil now saw it as a rocket, and it made everyone nervous. Yamaha, BMW, and even Honda started scrambling to adjust. If Musk could flip Harley in a year, who's next? Suddenly, legacy motorcycle brands looked fragile. Tech had entered the garage and it wasn't leaving. The future of labor, the future of vehicles, even the future of national pride, it all seemed up for grabs. And while the politicians argued and CEOs panicked, one group was quietly adjusting to the biggest change of all, the riders. Because for the first time ever, owning a Harley didn't feel like a burden. It felt like freedom reprogrammed. The ride becomes effortless. Owning a Harley used to be a hands-on relationship. You learned its sounds. You felt every shake. You turned wrenches, spilled oil, and cursed when it wouldn't start. But now, the machine takes care of itself. Before you even notice a problem, your bike does. It sends a maintenance alert to your phone. If things get serious, a Tesla-certified mobile unit, or even a drone, shows up wherever you are. Flat tire in the desert, battery issue on a back road, help is already on the way before you finish parking. The old rituals, oil changes, tuning carburetors, swapping parts in your garage, are gone. To longtime riders, it feels weird, like skipping the handshake before a deal. They miss the smell of fuel and the sound of their own tools. Some say the bike lost its magic. But to the new crowd, this is exactly what they've been waiting for. Younger riders don't want greasy weekends. They want convenience, speed, and style. And Harley now offers all of that, with more brains than most cars. It's quieter than a gas bike, smarter than a scooter, cheaper than most electric cars. And somehow it still feels powerful. For the first time in decades, Harley isn't just a passion purchase, it's a practical one. It's the kind of bike that fits into modern life, busy, connected, on the move. And whether you love the change or hate it, there's no denying this. The ride is easier than ever. But easy doesn't always mean better. And now we're left with one big question. In the race to modernize, did Harley keep its soul or trade it in for software? A new kind of legacy. Harley used to be a challenge, and that's what made it special. Riders didn't just hop on and go. They built a connection. They knew their bike by the way it idled, the way it shook at a stoplight, or the way it roared into gear. Now, the challenge is gone, because today's Harley is smarter than ever. Before you even feel a problem, your bike already knows. It checks itself constantly. Tire pressure, brake wear, motor health. If anything's off, it sends an alert straight to your phone. And if it's serious, a Tesla AI van shows up at your location. Or, in some areas, a drone brings the fix to you. No more digging through toolboxes. No more crawling under the bike in your garage. No more surprise breakdowns on a long ride. It's all handled quietly, quickly, and automatically. To new riders, that's a dream. They don't want grease-stained jeans or Sunday afternoons in the garage. They want a bike that works like their phone. Fast, smooth, and always up to date. And Musk gave them that. This new Harley is cleaner than a scooter, easier than a car, and cheaper than a Tesla. It doesn't just ride, it learns. It adapts to your habits, improves over time, and even helps you ride safer. To this generation, that's freedom. But for the old school crowd, it's hard to let go of the past. The wrench turning, the growl, the grit, that's what made Harley, Harley. Now, it's more computer than machine. Did Musk save the legend or replace it with something else entirely? The growl is gone, but the rebellion remains. The question is, in a world going electric, can an icon stay iconic? Thanks for watching. Tell us in the comments, did Harley lose its soul or finally find it again? Want to see our next video? Click on the left. And if you don't want to miss more moto news, hit that subscribe button.